refuses and through betrayal, you agree to the wrong plan. Hoover did not deliberate, the state of blood.
All right, what's up?
Both his defense,
I just
from
want
the
to say
damage of
first off
partially
that
elected
any
surviving
music
land
that y'all
was
hear
essentially procedural and did it
is
when
my
damage was
music.
did, and still life was preserved.
I'm not gonna play
The
nobody
procedural
else's music.
quality of both ending vote and
So I'm so happy to
anti-presidential
play
vote
mine. Do y'all know I really
camouflage.
don't listen to nobody else's music but my own? Just out of curiosity. So it's like I do want to make this, but I don't, right? I do. I have a responsibility by knowing it to share it how I feel like it is, right? But it also at the same time, um, you don't want people to know that you know what you know, especially not on a public platform like this. Because at the end of the day, when you find out information like this, then you start to see that maybe some of your holdups are intentional. Because if the matrix is actually this thick and interwoven, then do you have free will? Are we actually getting to exercise free will? It was given to us, but are we getting to exercise it? See, the Anunnaki, by the Sumerian tablets, um, by the Sumerian tablets description, according to what I've heard, they have the ability to genetically create a being and go back and do genetic stopping and starting or capping, inserting genetic caps on various beings. So I don't know. When you start to think about it like that, having free will, but not having access to the me, not having what you were originally created with. So you got this will, but you are absent some things in the application, it would seem. And even then, once you overcome that, there is still this level of you have to overcome your technical oppressor, the overseer. You have to actually deal with that hurdle as well. According to the Sumerian tablets, that's more than I originally thought um because these people are diabolical. These beings. When you the Sumerian tablets discuss and I won't be able to be on here long because I'm on survival energy. But when you talk about some beings that as a council, and this is when you really look at like whistleblowing as something that's hard to do. Okay. It's hard to stand up when you see an entire group doing something wrong and that you know is going to hurt people. Okay. It's hard to stand up and be that whistleblower. Even these people is having all this advanced technology, and this is the problem with the God of gods allowing this power to exist in these beings, okay, who are so diabolical that when they decided to do the flood because the Lulu, which are the human beings created from the Igigi, and their revolt or they're unionizing, they decide the council, all except Enki allegedly, decided to have a flood to get rid of every damn body for making noise. Now, here's what I don't get is this dude was mad that these people surrounded his bed. So, listen, when you get to the point where you're going to surround somebody at their crib while they're sleeping, how long you been complaining? You ignored their complaints. That was the noise he was talking about he was hearing. That was his noise. Was he was hearing the complaints. He could hear them working. He didn't like hearing it. This man ain't try to, and this is why I say where the ADA come in. As a humanity, look at all the things we've done to try and um, make living manageable for people that we don't have these issues, which we call disabilities. They think they're gods because they could figure out how to spit on some clay and mix it with now you have see the you can only think of how to your only way to create was to do a sacrifice. And the reason why you know who these people are is because the sacrifice be the opposite. The way they deal with the sacrifice be the opposite of the way they deal with their food. It's the same people who got technical, I guess, rituals for how food is prepared. All of it is a ritual ends in an unaliving for a higher purpose, allegedly to serve a god. That's what these beings would have done to create humanity, allegedly, according to these tablets, and so far what they're coming out saying. And then, that whole process of creating when we go in the store and we look for food that has been prepared in a certain manner so as to allow it to, I guess, to not have these certain chemicals like of fear and anxiety. Think about it. I want you to think about this. The practice of creating K and parve or whatever, however you say that, and the U that you see on your food products in the store, that is to keep the loose from entering your food. And yet, when they are doing a activity that allegedly may, or whomever they are, I don't know, right? Right. Or are we knowing? Do we know or do we not know? All I know is if we know, we better not tell nobody. So if the process of like the red heifer sacrifice, okay, whatever it may be, and other so-called alleged sacrifices, if they be that, are done in a manner because these people, whomever these people are, seem to want that chrome stuff or whatever it was called. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know what I'm saying because I'm so supposed to act like I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, the chrome stuff. So that the chrome stuff is in there because you make somebody full of anxiety and fear before you do a process of whatever that is, right? And those I've never because I've not ever owned a farm also. And because our family history never taught it, I have no idea how to prepare a animal for food. I don't think I could do it. I think if I had to do it, I'd be a vegetarian because I couldn't do it. How you supposed to feed? I don't think I could do it. That's all I'm saying. I had to be on the other end of the paperwork. I couldn't hear it, and I wouldn't be able to see it. That's crazy, ain't it? When you think about it, could y'all do it? You can put it in the comments if you want to. But yeah, so my whole point is that you know the work had to be pretty hard to the point where y'all all decided to burn y'all tools and surround homeboy while he was sleeping. Now I want to let you know something. I remember the days when I would be a kid, when I was a kid, and like when you, first of all, this guy, this in little guy, he's not the owner of the earth, you know, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe is not in real or in. They both have, there's an owner of the earth, and he who inherits the earth shall inherit the people, or something like that. I'm not sure how that goes. But all the things that we do to try to make life manageable. We got earplugs, we got my headphones have transparency mode, spatial stereo. They will literally put the headphone mostly on the side that you're leaning on. They're practically hearing aids now, of which hearing aids are digital and you can block out noise. And this man who I thought the people were there to help him with something, right? So somewhere there's some lies and some scheming going on of this entire council, except for this one inky dude who's like a geneticist, an engineer, and yada yada yada. And maybe Anana. And obviously Anana at some point because she descends. And some other ones wet for us as well. In her sag and so forth and so on. Not Dumuzi. We got a whole song coming out about where is Dumuzi? Where is Dumuzi? That's why he had to go take a 9 ounce place in the underworld. Dumuzi. But the point is that we don't we listen and we don't judge. But we judging them today because they have obviously done wicked things to us. Very wicked things have been done to us as humanity. And then we've been wiped and erased so that we don't know what's been done to us. Allegedly, according to these tablets. I'm not the one saying none of this. Okay? I'm as astounded as anyone may be, and if you already knew it, you were probably bound and you probably one of the people who thought there was no owner. You've been listening to the mouth. These bugs are eating the shit out of me. Anyway, the point is that in her side, I'm sorry, the point is that this little guy was sleeping and they surround him. Now, let me tell you, he didn't like the noise that he was hearing. But if these people were working all the time, it trust me, I've been around people like this, and here's how I know. That's why I know. You working all the time, but the fucking person you doing the work for complaining about the noise you make. Because they wasn't kicking it. If they was kicking it, if this had been a happy story, then there would have been no maybe no noise, but definitely if this were a happy story, then they would have not been surrounding his bed complaining about the work. So all the work that they was doing, and it would have been a happy story if they had time to kick it, they had food, they was all set up and everything. It wouldn't have been no noise. But what it is he ignored their pleas to the point where they burned their tools and surrounded his bed. He was like, you know what then? I'll take all y'all out. And so at that point, my question becomes, who the fuck is this dude? How the fuck did them Igigi people even get there to be with him? Okay? And I'm trying to see if it was 300 Igigi and 300 of them or 300 Igigi and 600 of them. Because these numbers all fit in. These numbers is some important numbers, and you don't know till now that these are some important numbers that's in these whole stories. Okay? So he wants in Lil and the council decide to destroy humanity without warning. Everybody gone. He ain't want nobody to be left. He even consulted with EA about it. And EA was like, well, what if it don't work out that way? What if somebody survives? See, and here's why. And this is why I don't think this whole council could have been any good. He said because, like it's gonna wipe everybody out. But why would this EA dude, who's the god of the sky and the god of the earth, want us all gone? And when I say us, I mean we here, so we had to have been in some way among the survivors. So, because I'm not the kind of person that would have been, bitch. I'd have been in there with Inky, like, nah, we're not about to do that, homie. It's not happening out like that. See, but that depends on the purpose of why they was really sent down here. And that's the story. Is like, is these people so diabolical that they lie to the owner? And the owner can only come back to get his crop, or was only supposed to come back to get his crop when the count reached a certain number. And I need to let y'all go. These bugs eating me up, and examine that for yourself. I think they said 7.8 billion, and right now we at 8 point something billion. But you got to understand it's a difference in the number. Everybody in the number is not in the count. It's only a certain percentage. And I leave that for the wide awake man and woman to work out. Okay? Because it's real. It's real. Like that was the you talking about some training. That was a training class. Cause yeah. Like, yeah. So anyway, this man he was really mad about the noises being made by the Ikiki. That's how the human race got made. We have a maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of civilization, the god of you. But that's not our maker. He's the maker of the maker. Because the maker didn't even know he had a maker. He was just making because these gods was too lazy to do their own work. And then they wanted to take out the people who was their civil engineers to help them make basically terraforming the earth. Terraforming the earth. That's what the EKE was doing. And that's what humankind took over. Because I don't know what the fuck they did. I ain't heard shit they did yet. I ain't heard one job that one of them niggas had. Maybe judge. I don't know if they even had that job. I don't know what they did. It sounded like to me they were sitting around on their ass eating grapes. They remind me of them Caesar niggas. You know what I'm saying? Them Greek bitches. That's what they seem like. Like, oh, let the let the beast eat them. And this nigga got a whole bitch holding a vine of grapes over his fucking mouth, and he just sitting there eating them. How the fuck you eat grapes on your back in the first place? That's how you know they fake. They ain't real. Them ain't no real niggas eating grapes on your back. You ever try to eat grapes on your back? This asshole shit. That's why we knew it wasn't real. Choke ass motherfucker. Anyway, so just I mean, it was immediately offensive when this nigga said when it said that he was mad at us for making noise. That's when it was really fucking like outrageous. That's when the story got outrageous for me. Cause I know how much noise freaks me out. And I'm like, that's when I said he got a disability. And I wasn't even trying to be funny. I'm like, wait a minute. I know how much it bothers me. It's never going to that point. But people, it's a derivative. But see, that's the whole point. He ain't got no disability. In his case, he is so karmic and evil that he wanted that noise to be loud. He wanted them people to flip out on him so he would have a reason to reduce the number. That is my conclusion. All of these plagues, these droughts, what else they say they did to us? They did the plague, the drought, and the famine, and then the flood. All of this was in order to reduce the number. Everything you see now, Planned Parenthood, these alleged viruses, the fucking lettuce, the senseless violence is a populate altogether. It's a population reduction plan. It just is. It really is. That's my conclusion based on the fact that the closer you get to the number, or if you start to ask the question about the owner, and you start asking about who the maker is, you get real. The mouth get real nervous, and then it's a distraction. It's a weather distraction because they got weather machines, and Enlil, Lil, is meaning wind. So he a wind god. That's weather shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a weather event every time we get to the number. Start asking the questions during a planetary alignment because they don't want the information to come out and they don't want whoever the owner is to return because the owner know about the herd or the crop, the people, and was coming back when it's a certain time. Let me see if I can play my music when I ain't talking. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here because I gotta conserve battery. But I did want to thank everybody who is, was, and or will be checking out this video. I'm not sure that I can keep it up. A lot of the times I'm trying to document my own thoughts for my own reasons because I will forget this in just a couple of months. I will forget all about it. I will be on a new subject and I'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds like what I heard about those. Wait a minute, what was I studying that time? That's how it will go. Seriously and straight up. So let's see if I can play this. It works. So, um, yeah, that's just like how I feel about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then in Lil, boy, this whole council, all this lying, all this manipulation of these human people, you know what I'm saying? Over asking questions and making noise. And the noise, when you observe what they refer to as the noise, you have to question what do you mean noise? Sounds to me what you're calling noise is perhaps prayer. Perhaps it is like whispering. It's a lot of words for noise. What's a noise to me ain't a noise to you. And so I made a song in Sumerian language, all out Sumerian, called Primordial Science Silence. Now, right now, it's not my voice because the Anunnakis keep stealing my microphone. If anybody would do it, it would be them. That's how diabolical they is. I'm telling you, get into the stories. These dudes is the most diabolical thing on YouTube. Listen to the story. Listen to the story. It might make you feel better about your job. I'm so serious. Whatever it might be. He like, damn. But at the end of the day, see, I started to observe. Okay, so let's talk about the disability. See, I just want to note some of the things that we have, like the earplugs. We have these noise walls. Don't we have noise walls, you guys? Are those noise walls? What do you call that? Sound barrier. That in my city, here's what happened. And here's what they blamed it on. Because it wasn't one and one ain't the same, okay? In the city where I'm at, and anybody that follows me knows you can go find this information out because I'm not gonna sit up here and be saying where I am all the damn time. Okay. In the city where I am, when they built the main freeway through the hood and stuff, they put up a cement wall and they told us it was a sound barrier. We kept saying, "What is that? What is that?" Them sound barriers ain't even there no more. They just didn't want people to see niggas in the hood. That's really what it was. They didn't want to see the conditions of the hood from the freeway. They learned that after the movie Vacation, probably. Because Vacation told on your ass. Like, you don't want to turn that, don't get off on that exit. And I was traveling through a different part of town, I think yesterday or something. And what I noticed is that in those nicer neighborhoods, the there's a lot of like bushes and trees covering up those nice homes that are by the freeway, which they provide a sound barrier as well as a natural like privacy barrier. Other states do have big cement walls, but those cement walls, I wonder if they mean what they meant to us in the 1980s and 1990s whenever it was first being built around here. It was quite wild. Anyway, so yeah, we've done a lot and we have a lot regarding how to help people navigate things like if they can't deal with noise. I'm not sure if you can request, but you could have your doctor write it out that you really require a area that's kind of quiet because it's a disability issue. You have to be able to get through your day and you have to be able to not to have peaceful living enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? And had that been sincere, then we get it, Mr. Enlil. We get it. You need to have your sleep. But sir, if you want your work done, we're either gonna need more help or something. You know what I'm saying? How about a combined effort? See, I don't think that the person who intended and left us here or these Agigi and yeah, it had to be the Agigi Because it couldn't have been the humans because the Igigi made the humans. If the Igigi made the humans and there's an owner of the earth that left a herd here, then the owner of the earth is the owner of the Igigi and by proxy thereby also humans. Okay? And so um hey, what's up? So um if you if the owner left the herd here, the pardon me, because I'm processing through this with my notes and as I heard it. Herd, okay? The herd. See, maybe because it did literally say herd. And now that I understand that that dude that got sacrificed, that Igigi dude, his name was Gestue, and he's represented by ear. So is it the herd a different way? The herd. Like we heard you. This is our people. We gonna hear them. You feel what I'm saying? The herd. Anyway, so um he's coming back when we get to a certain number along with a certain planetary alignment. And the reason why I talk about that evilness that's in them is because he he didn't want he it wasn't sincere that he was really sleeping and we disturbed his sleep. This man intentionally, or this being, whatever he is, intentionally worked the Igigi and the human being to the point where they cried out like that. It was intentional. Much like when the parents go away and you're left in the care of a very vindictive or a some kind of weird narcissistic cousin or older sibling. You know what I'm saying? Who's left in charge. The mouth got left in charge. And the mouth does not um give a damn really about us because the mouth did not make us. Just like the parent. You know the parent go away? The owner is away and the parent is not present and they will be back later. Just like anybody else. When the parents leave and they be in the car, they can only come back at a certain time. Why? Because the vehicle that they have left in and the distance that they travel, because of that, because of where they're going, they can't get back until but a certain time and a certain alignment. And the herd, maybe they have to hear us. So that's why they don't want us to make noise because we'll be heard by whomever is supposed to return. Okay? They don't want us to be heard. We are the herd. Okay? So, um, yeah, I think it said that the one thing we could do is like, is there anything we could do? And I think that the tablet said, if you can, I think like mature, if you can wake up or if you can do something before they start the count or before the count or something like that. I'm not really sure because everybody can go see this shit for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It take a minute to put all this together. I don't know if you, and that's the whole point. Go, you should definitely go check it out for yourself because you may come to completely different conclusions. You know what I'm saying? And you deserve to explore your conclusion in your mind. And as you do that, you will understand why I say so. And that's the drop the mic point right there because that's the whole issue with these tablets. Some of them is drop the mic tablets. And when I say that, what I mean is they drop the mic at the end of these motherfucking tablets and it be that cold. It do. It be that cold. To hear somebody say something like, and that's left for you to decide in the video cut. And it really be some shit where you sitting up there thinking about what they just said, and before you know it, it's over because they didn't say it. What they said what they said. Like really, these I don't wanna get too far into because you know who what we dealing with. If you if you've been listening to me to the point where you at least hear this part and you understand what I'm saying, and you didn't just skip through this video, then you know, you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, so it's worth a look. And he was, and I don't know for real what he said. He said something like, um, yeah, see that I don't write anything like that down. Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna try to check and see if I wrote anything down on it. You could love if you ever really had to. You would have loved me. You could have saved me. You could have made me. My spirit in the ashes. Now he gave me. You still love me. You would have loved me. And you never made. And it's too late to touch me. Okay, let's see. Collective action. I probably ain't write that part down because I start going off into my own particular idiom once that shit got mentioned. Like this, once they started going down that whole rabbit hole, I was like, oh shit, like these niggas. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. This is my notes for my own private collection too. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be part of it. But you know, it's worth to listen so you can make up your own mind before they take the shit down or something because you know they don't like us to know shit. So you better go check it out while it's there. And while you're checking that out, you might want to check out the the Veil of Veronica video. And these are all for you to find. I don't have any links. I'm sorry. Because and when you're it's harder to have notes and stability. So you have to find these things on your own. I feel blessed enough to be able to do this part now. I used up some battery. So I gotta go. And peace out everybody. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for having me. Peace. Check out my music, y'all. It's on like StreamYard and shit. Apple and everybody. Amazon, the Play Store, Spotify. Feel me?